Yeah. I already know. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Frederick the Mayor. You already know. I come with different layers, and I never forget to say my prayers, and I hope you don't neither. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot going on right now. Racism seems like it's at an all-time high. It's back. It never left, but it's just more prevalent once again, and it's coming out. But I think last time Trump was in office, it was like this too. Not even a down toward Trump, because I don't even think he can help it. He's a conservative, and most of the conservatives, align with that belief. But I don't give out passes. I'm not here for none of that. What I'm here to say is, I just found out one of the streamers that I, came to know, and like, I don't know, I like him that much, but Adin Ross, he seems to may have a problem with, other people that's of another color, of another race. And Joe Buttons decided to talk about it on his show. And I go to Never Gave Up podcast so I could go get Joe Buttons, because he got the Patreon running when he talk about stuff like this. So, but yo, shouts out to Never Gave Up podcast. He always got great content. Make sure you go like and subscribe over there. But make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment over here. I'm gonna get right into it because Joe Buttons has something to say to and about Adin Ross.
All right, so we got Joe Budden calling out Adin Ross as a racist after his recent situation with Puka, the NFL player who was forced to apologize. Let's see what Joe had to say about this. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe.
Because I have an opinion about that.
Go ahead. I don't fuck with that little white boy.
He's horrible.
I don't fuck with nothing about him.
Why though? I'm not really as familiar with him like that.
Oh, God.
You see the Puka shit? Yes, I saw the Puka shit. That's what has me on it like that. Like, I feel bad for Puka.
I do
What
too.
happened?
I feel bad.
Puka Nucua went on Adin Ross's stream.
Before or after you went absolutely crazy on Thursday?
Before.
Okay.
Puka's had a tough week.
Yeah. Oh.
He went on Adin Ross's stream, and Adin Ross was teaching him a touchdown dance to do for when you get your next touchdown.
Okay.
And the touchdown dance was some anti-Semitic hand gesture that Puka did on the stream.
The Hitler shit?
No, he didn't do.
No, not that.
He didn't do that one. He did another one. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But,
Nobody do it, please.
But he didn't know.
He had no idea. He's just like, okay, this is what I do.
So Adin Ross knew.
Of course.
Adin Ross be knowing. There's a little clique of those racist little white fucks. The racist little white streamers.
Playing games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So Puka's had a tough week. He had to issue a statement saying, I had no idea that hand gesture meant XYZ. I'm sorry anybody I've harmed. Sean McVay has had to respond to this shit in the post game.
Wow.
Like it became a really, really, really big deal.
That's a really fucked up thing to do.
And I just don't
it's awful.
fuck with him.
Yo, that's
crazy,
dog. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't fuck with him at
that
all,
shit
yo.
you know how
Are you finished?
how much shit that could have affected?
See, and that's why.
Let me stop it right there, because this is the type of stuff that is relative to knowing what's going on in your community now. If you are from the inner city, and you might not see this as much, but when you go to them like rural neighborhoods, like like on the outskirts, them like little out of town neighborhoods, you'll see a lot more open racism, in my personal opinion, depending on where you go. Because you got some small towns that's just really not about that. They not on that. But culturally, the countryside people be racist for whatever reason. I don't know. Now we talking about Adin Ross here. He's one of the most influential streamers of his generation, and I'm just finding out about this. That he's called an ex NFL player the N word or whatever, and also had him doing some other stuff that probably shouldn't have been done. I'm not here to really attack Adin Ross because I don't know nothing about him. But I will say that if you feel comfortable talking about someone in that fashion, that says a lot about who you are. And I just think that a lot of times black people, we do it to ourselves. Let's call it what it is. Why you want to you want to be down. Black people, we want to be down. That's the problem. Stupid. stupid. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's like, I don't wanna get frustrated. I wanna keep it classy. You know what I'm saying? I wanna keep, because this is serious. But we surround that, it's like black people tend to hate themselves so much that we'll surround ourselves with, different type of individuals that hate us. And it's not necessarily people from another race. We'll surround ourselves with people who just dislike us, period. It could be your own circle. You know, many people like you, they've been robbing, stealing from you, disrespecting you, having sex with your girl behind your back all this time. You know these niggas don't like you. Ain't gonna lie, I hate being from the project. I know too many scenarios. It'd be crazy. But seriously, the Adin Ross thing kind of hurts me a little bit because I watched him enough. I was on the verge of being a fan. I didn't get to see the actual clip where he was being disrespectful and all that. But I just don't support nothing negative, right? Because like, if we gonna make something happen and we gonna build something up, it has to be forward progress. Like, we too far back to keep going back, and this is, this can't do nothing but lead us back to where we came from. So we got to be a lot smarter than what they trying to give us off here. I'm gonna let him continue though.
Sell out a little more. And back to me being a fucking sellout.
Nah, I might be with you.
And that's why, Adin Ross he went on Logan Paul's podcast. See, I don't be in the white people business. But him and the other little racist white boy, Steve Will Do It.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Okay.
Not familiar. I try to keep them
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Me too. But Logan Paul wasn't playing none of that racist shit.
Good on him.
Homeboy said something. Logan Paul said, yo, get the fuck out. Get up. Get the fuck out. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to remove you myself. It's going to go a different way if you don't get the fuck out of my face right now. Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah, I love that. But
That's the response I need to see, though. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, for
That or
sure.
nothing,
Yes.
bro.
The only one
That's
that's
it.
acceptable, yeah.
like they thought he was playing. Like they thought he was like, hey, what you mean? Nah, all white boys ain't on
They're
that,
not
dog.
Real shit.
All white boys ain't on what you on.
Nah.
Anyway.
Shouts out to Logan Paul for that, for kicking some quote unquote people that don't like people from another color off his show. You know what I mean? Because it's necessary. Like, but the world always has a yin and a yang and a counterbalance. So that's the counterbalance to that. But shout out to Logan Paul, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Jake Paul for that epic event he put on with Anthony Joshua. Whether it was real or fake, Jake Paul, it was entertaining. And one thing I can say about Jake Paul, he's entertaining. I don't want to give him too much credit because I'm a real boxing fan, and boxing took a victory with Anthony Joshua winning like that. Because boxing is what it is, you know what I mean? I'm a big boxing fan, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get back into this Joe Budden. Shout out to Joe Budden for giving us this insider. And I ain't gonna lie, Joe Budden is very influential. If he be like, man, I ain't messing with you, even though Adin Rose has his own fan base, and I don't think their fan base is mixed at all. I don't think Joe Budden's and Adin Rose's fan base mixed at all. But it's just interesting to see Joe Budden's actually be hard on somebody, especially somebody of another race, because I don't really see Joe Budden's critical of people about things, but it don't usually be political. It usually be like on the surface entertainment type of stuff. But Joe Buttons was really touched by whatever happened, and you could tell he's speaking with that passion that he got. Like, he used to rap with that, like long time ago. But shout out to Joe Buttons. He's the power forward. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to do what you do, big homie. I ain't gonna hate on you. I'm gonna let him keep going.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mona.
This the thing about this nigga. First of all, he's very greasy. He's grease filled. His skin, his hair, he's greasy. Okay. The thing about him that I don't like is I feel like already in that streamer world, for some reason, it gives like internet Yahoo back in the day when everything was just nigger in the chat and Xbox nigger in the chat.
Yeah,
It's already, I don't like
Call
that
of Duty,
shit.
Call of Duty lobby.
Yes,
It
I
gives
feel
that.
like Call of Duty lobby. I feel like a lot of those streamers ignore that. They too worried about numbers to shut that down. I feel like you can mute nigga in your chat. You can mute some of these words. Just get that shit out of here. People shouldn't have to look at people say monkey. It's too many young people, young black kids watching you, bigger kids, even though y'all are super successful, super smart, but you just shouldn't, it's not worth the money to let people call you a monkey all day, gifting you or not, right? On top of the fact, I feel like with that little greasy fucker that I feel like he benefited off of black stuff, black culture and everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like as soon as he got
Always.
on, he starts showing what he was really on. He just comes off
Like a
so
lot of them
racist
do.
out of nowhere. It was like over, and I'm not gonna say I was super tuned in, but I wasn't disgusted by him. It's like just more and more he just being open with just being a fucking racist. And it's like, damn, like, you know, the little bamboozlement part. I hate
I
that
think that
shit.
money gets you in the other rooms with them white older men that you might admire. And they start grooming these little young white boys that be from the middle of nowhere. It don't even matter where you from, but you just grew up in a generation.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's an interesting take by Ice. He said, you know, the circles that he probably getting into is probably cooler to have that behavior. I could see that happening though. That's something that you could see, you know, getting his money up, getting into the room. They like, yeah, you over here. You know, he at the table, but it ain't his table now. Now he the little dog at the table. I'm like, yeah, you really mess with those, you know, such and such is real tough, huh? You know what I'm saying? Might talk slick, and then you know, it might rub off. That's a very, very interesting take. Shouts out to Ice for that. Like, you know, because perspective is everything. And a lot of time, and I think in all cases, you know, especially in 2025, all racism that comes from at least the last 50 years was at least the last three since the beginning was a taught behavior. Like racism is a taught behavior. It's something that taught. And it's, when you taught something so much for so many years, it becomes a habit. And then it goes from a habit to something that's called hypnotic rhythm, to where it's like breathing, where you don't gotta think about it. So generation after generation, it's become like a hypnotic rhythm for them to just be racist. But it was started out as a taught behavior for it. But this is real interesting. I really was on the verge of being a fan of Adin Ross. I was watching the streams. I really didn't like how he was getting done by some of the rappers. I was actually on the side about some of that stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be on the side that much because I come from poverty and I come from the hood, and I actually will root for the guys to get over on him, just to be honest, because he just has more and he had more. So I would root for them in that aspect, but not to say that they're right. Like if something happened to them, I wouldn't feel bad. But it's like, you know, you want to. I don't know. It's just hard because you just want to. Or if you're a person like me, a real one of the people that want to see people win a lot, like I want to see my brothers win before anything. You know what I mean? So that's just where I be at with it. But y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this whole Adin Ross's racist thing. I'm gonna go check out some of the comments that's here on Never Gave Up podcast because I know they probably going in. All right, so we got a couple comments here, nothing too crazy. It says, "This is what happens when you get too comfortable around those folks." Oh man, Drake's best friend. Oh man, I've been saying Adin Ross is racist. His track record speaks for himself. I don't ever either. Oh man, you're making excuses for Aiden, similar to Ish. He is an adult. He is not a kid. He's a teenager. And he's allegedly 25, though he looks older to me. Drugs and alcohol don't make you suddenly become racist. The only thing he's going to realize one day is he maybe should have concealed his bigotry more. Yo, that's crazy. It says water is wet. Oh, that's by Pretty Things. I'm not even shouting them out. All right, Emmanuel P8739 says, bruh, he's racist. At Pretty Things says, it's always on the wrong side. And you don't always have to play devil's advocate. That may be true. That may be true. You don't always have to play devil's advocate, but you gotta also understand as well as somebody that's delivering the message. If somebody would like, because for me personally, I'm not always trying to dive into every little subject too emotionally. Some things hit me emotionally, but for the most part, if somebody's delivering information, I think it should be a little bit two sides of the story, a little bit devil advocate type, so you could get a full glimpse and make an assumption for yourself as a viewer. Now, if you want my straight up honest opinion, I don't like it at all. I don't like that I'm hearing this news. And I ain't got no excuse for the kid. Like I said, I wasn't really a fan. I was just watching a couple streams and, you know, watching just like I came across some of his early stuff And I was like, you know, it came to a point, you know, you're like, all right, man, maybe I might root for this kid. And then this comes out probably like a week later. So I won't root for him. It's not a problem. It makes him no difference. It makes me no difference, right? But we're living in a very, very, very uh, messed up time right now. And you gotta be careful, man. Make sure you watch out for yourself, watch out for your family, take care of your family members, man. Give somebody a call because the world is changing, it's changing very rapidly. So you wanna stay close knit, you wanna stay with your people, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and just let me know how y'all feel about this whole Adin Ross situation. Do y'all feel like the young boy is racist? Do y'all even feel like companies is putting him up to this? Do y'all feel like he's young and he'll make changes? I'm not saying that I agree with anything. These are just questions that I would like y'all to answer. So answer the questions and challenge me in any way possible, any way you want to, because I like the debate and I like the going back and forth because iron sharpens iron. Just don't get in the comments and say, you know, foolish things. Please don't. Let's keep it with some respect level around here because that's the community we on over here. This is what we doing. You come to watch these um videos, this is what we on. So my holla at y'all, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I am Frederick the Mayor. I come with different layers and I never forget to say my prayers and I hope you don't need to. I'm out.